Hi everyone, welcome to the Laser channel where we learn, create, and share. My name is Greg, and in today's video I'm going to be checking out the slide extension for the LP4 by LaserPecker. I'm also going to be doing several sample projects to check out this slide extension in action. Thanks for tuning in for another video on the Laser channel. The slide extension is a perfect accessory for the LP4. This is going to more than double the work area of the laser machine, going from 120 by 160 millimeters in the stock configuration. Now with the slide extension, it's going to bump that up to 300 by 160 millimeters. And while I could geek out with even more specifications on this accessory and the laser machine, instead, I'm going to have a link in the video description so you can check those out on your own leisurely time. The setup of this is very straightforward. There's simply two plates that bolt down to this mechanical assembly, and that's all I need to do. I just simply place the slide assembly underneath the machine. There's also going to be an adapter between the laser head and the focusing boom. This adapter does two things for me. It is going to raise the laser head up to make up the difference lost when I added the slide extension assembly. The other thing that the adapter is going to do is it's going to move the center line of the laser head over. Normally the center line is here. It's going to move it over a couple of inches to make sure that I can make full use of the slide assembly work area. The last thing I need to do before powering up the laser machine is making the electrical connection between the accessory and the laser head. LaserPecker has made this extremely easy by using simple USB cables that are included with the kit. The slide extension and the laser machine are all set up. I'm now ready to connect my computer up with the LaserPecker Design Space, or LDS for short, and we'll get that software configured for the slide extension accessory. Inside the LDS software, the first thing I'll need to do is connect up to the device. I'll click this red button and connect on COM4. It's the only choice that I have. Just like that, I'm already connected, and it's going to show the default work area without the slide extension. To activate the slide extension, I'm going to go up into the upper right-hand corner and click on this little gear icon and mode setting. And this is going to allow me to enable the slide extension mode and get all of that wonderful new work area. With this activated, I can close this window out, and we're going to see that the work area is now much larger. In fact, once again, it's 160 millimeters wide by 300 millimeters long. And just like that, it's that easy to get the slide extension installed and activated within the LDS software. The first project I'm going to share with you is going to utilize most of the workspace for the slide extension. The material is going to be black poster board with a white core. This is really fun material to work with. I have this piece cut to the size of the tray itself, and this tray is a little bit larger than the actual work area of the laser machine. This allows for ample support for slightly oversized work material. I'll get this placed down, and to hold my poster board perfectly in place, I'll be using some blue painter's tape. To import an image, I'll click on this icon off to the left side, and I'm going to click on this SVG file that I have. It's going to ask me if I want to take this huge file and size it down to the canvas, and of course, yes, I do. And I'm going to click on this boat image, and I want to rotate it 90 degrees. That looks good, and now I'm going to resize this to take up a lot of the work area that I've gained with the slide extension. This looks good. And if I want to be extra special and perfectly center the image underneath the laser head, I can go over to Align and go Align to Center, and we saw it twitch just a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is find some built-in settings into the LDS software, and right now I'm going to have it set to fill. The laser type is going to be 450, which is going to be the blue laser diode module inside the laser machine. And for my material, I'm going to scroll down here and find some cardstock paper. This seems to work very well for this application. And my resolution is going to be at 1K, but know that I can turn this all the way up to super high resolution at 8K. But just to keep this video moving along, I'm going to keep it at a lower resolution, but still provides phenomenal detail for my engraving. We'll also see that once I selected that cardstock, it automatically adjusted the power and the depth, which is also the speed of the laser machine. So I love using this built-in materials library. I spend a lot more time using the laser machine and less time wasting through material trying to find good settings. Before I hit the preview button, I can see on the laser machine I have a red ribbon hanging down, which is a reminder for myself to remove the field lens cover. All I did was take some simple ribbon and tape it to the cover. It's a great reminder to remove that cover before I start my projects. Now I'm ready to hit the preview button. There's two things that now appeared. This blue line, which I'll talk about in just a minute, and these two red dots. These are focusing dots, and when the laser head is perfectly in focus, these two dots will converge down to one dot. And I'll set that up right now. I've got one dot. Laser head is perfectly in focus. Let's talk about this blue line. This blue line is going to represent the overall width of the object that I have within the software. When I click on continue, it is going to shuttle the slide extension showing me the length of the preview. I'll click on that now. And this is how I line work material up to the laser head when using the slide extension. I've moved the laser head up a little bit so that I can fit the eye-friendly laser guard and smoke shroud up to the laser head, and I'll plug that into the back of the main laser unit. And now I can index the laser head down until this shroud just about touches the work material. This is how I know that the machine will be in perfect focus. That looks good, and I'm ready to now hit the start button. The engraving is complete, and this looks absolutely awesome. The first project was a lot of fun. This next project is going to be on a piece of bass plywood, and for this project, I'm going to show some different methods of aligning the workpiece up to the laser head. Inside the LDS software, I chose a piece of clip art that is built into the software that is free. I've loaded that into the screen, and we're going to see that I still have the laser type on 450 for the blue laser diode, and the material I've selected basswood plank, and that automatically popped in the settings. I did override the power setting from about 39% to 50%, just for a little bit darker engraving. When I hit the preview button, that is going to bring us into being able to get the material lined up to the laser machine. We're also going to see that my two red laser dots are now focused to one dot, so the laser head is in focus. And this blue line, once again, is going to represent the width of the artwork within the software. And this line is going to be the very top of the work material, so I'll position that right about here. When I click on the continue button, it is going to move the blue line down to the extents of my object. That looks very good, but let's say I had the work material right here, and this is really where I want to have the work material, I can use the arrow keys on my computer screen, and I can use the up-down keys, and that is going to move this object around a little bit. And once again, I can click on continue and it will travel the length of the project area. And that looks good. This is another method of getting the work material perfectly aligned up to the laser machine. Last thing I'll do is take some of that blue painter's tape and just hold down the corners so that my work material doesn't shift while the engraving is taking place. Once again, I have perfect results. 2 fun projects to help demonstrate the ease of use and the flexibility of the slide extension for the LaserPecker 4. I hope that you'll join me in the next video where I'll be setting up and using the rotary attachment for the LP4. If you like this video, please drop it a like, subscribe to the channel, or ring that notification bell. Not only is it a great way to help the Laser channel grow, it's an awesome way to connect video content just like this with great viewers just like you. Well, until we meet again in the next video, learn, create, and share.